Hello and welcome to our online induction for A-level accounting. The purpose of this session is to provide a bit more information about the course over and above what you may already know, and also to give you a flavour of the work we do by getting you to engage in some short activities. I hope you therefore find it useful and enjoyable. The course starts by looking at the role of accountants in business. Here, there are two types of accounting. Financial accounting is concerned with whether a business is making a profit to support long-term survival and has got healthy cash flow to ensure short-term survival. A loss and/or poor cash flow is more likely to mean a business is at risk of failure. Management accountants, on the other hand, have an equally important role in providing detailed and up-to-date information, which will then assist managers in making important decisions about the future of the business. Some of you may have some relevant knowledge and understanding of certain topics on the course, having previously studied business. This is not, however, essential. In this slide, we look at three parts of the course. Firstly, we look at types of business organisation. We also look at source of finance, or ways a business can obtain funding. And finally, we look at stakeholders, which are any groups that have a vested interest in a business. Now we are at our first set of questions. Please jot down some responses to these and subsequent questions. Don't worry, however, if you are not sure. You can research some ideas if necessary. It would then be helpful to bring along your ideas for discussion when you start the course in September. So, question 1. The smallest type of business ownership is called a sole trader. Can you think of any other types of business organisation? Question 2. A business could raise finance by, for example, arranging a bank overdraft. But can you think of any other methods to raise finance? And question 3. One group interested in a business would be the owners. But again, can you think of any other groups of stakeholders? A very significant part of the course is the accounting system, which can be seen here as 5 stages to gather information. So we will consider source documents which evidence business transactions. The information from these source documents is then recorded in the books of prime entry, ledger accounts, and the trial balance before being used in the preparation of financial statements. Question 4. There are many different source documents, but what is the name of the document that you, as an individual, will have previously been given when completing a sales transaction in a shop? Also consider what you think might be the purpose of this document. Verification techniques are used as a way to check on the accuracy of accounting information. You will note that the trial balance is also relevant here, along with bank reconciliation statements and control accounts. Finally, we look at errors, and yes, it is possible for accountants to make mistakes. That is the easy part. The more difficult part is to identify and correct those mistakes. We explore different costing methods, including, as you can see, marginal, standard, absorption, and activity-based costing methods. Don't, however, worry about the different names. The most important thing to note is that there are many different ways a business can use to calculate the cost of providing goods and services to customers. And finally, we look at a range of other topics as listed here. Accounting concepts and ethics provide a framework about how accounting information should be prepared to be both legally and morally compliant. Ratios provide more understanding of business financial performance. Budgeting is about, for example, planning for expenditure. Capital investment appraisal looks at whether a business should decide to, for example, build a new factory. Incomplete records looks at trying to prepare accounting records when not all information is initially available. Think here about trying to do a jigsaw puzzle without all the pieces, but where you know the big picture. And finally, a business will use computerized systems to support the accounting function. Question 5. Can you think of any personal examples where it could be important to budget and plan for expenditure? The end goal is an accounting A-level qualification, and so here is a brief look at assessment. Our exam board is AQA, and it might be useful for you to see what information AQA have available on their website for accounting. The course is 100% exam based, in which you will do 2 3-hour exam papers at the end of year 2. But that is a long way in the future, and for you that is not until summer 2022. As you can see, all questions are, however, compulsory and offer a blend of different styles, including multiple choice, shorter structured, and more extended answer responses. By studying accounting, you will gain transferable skills which will be invaluable in helping you with future studying and employment when you leave college. These include the ability to solve complex problems, the ability to make informed and justified decisions, and the ability to work effectively as part of a group, as well as further developing your numerical and communication skills. It is important to remember here that yes, of course, accounting involves a lot of calculation work, but it also requires students to do a reasonable amount of written work. This slide steps back and considers what are the likely reasons to study accounting, and hopefully you'll recognise at least one of these. Many of you may be considering a long-term career in accounting, either directly from college or after university. We have particularly strong links with local employers where previous students have found rewarding careers. You may wish to start your own business, and arguably to understand the financial implications is essential. Also, it is worth reminding you about other subjects where there is some skill and content compatibility, including business, certificate and extended certificate in business, economics, and both a certificate and diploma in financial studies. Almost there, but just 2 more activities to provide an insight into our subject. In accounting, all transactions can be classified into either being assets, liabilities, income, expenditure, or capital, as shown in the first column of this table. However, the definitions and examples have deliberately been mixed up and don't therefore match with each category as they stand. Your task is to find the correct definition and example for each of the 5 categories. This final activity is going to look at an example of a cash book, which will be shown on the next slide and will have some questions to answer at that point. Before that, however, it is worth noting that a cash book is an example of a book of prime entry. You may remember we talked about books of prime entry in a previous slide. A cash book records receipts and payments of money. A cash book records both cash and bank transactions. And a cash book also shows, as part of the information, any discounts relating to transactions. Please now go to the next slide. And here is that example of a cash book. You'll note that it is split into two sides, with the left-hand side recording money in or receipts, and the right-hand side recording money out or payments. Having looked at this cash book carefully, see if you can then answer the following questions. But please remember that you can, of course, research the answers if necessary. A. What month is this cash book prepared for? B. How much cash has the business got at the start of the month? C. What is the bank balance at the end of the month? D. What might a discount be offered for? E. What does the abbreviation DD stand for? F. What does the abbreviation SO stand for? And finally, G. Why might there be interest shown in the cash book? And finally, it remains for me to say thank you for watching this presentation. I hope you have found it both useful and engaging. As a reminder, please try and bring along any answers you may have to the questions in this presentation when you start the course after enrolment. And so, have a good summer break. Good luck with your GCSE results when you get them in August. And we look forward to welcoming you in September when you start college. Thank you.